Hello, everybody. This is Johnny Dean, and I'm here to introduce a brand new show. This show has been in the works for a couple of weeks now, and I'm proud to introduce Mr. Scott Thaler, and the show is called Great Scott.
Please send help. BR 549. Yeah, I am. I'm beautiful, aren't I?
So Scott, what are you going to talk about on your show, man?
I'm just going to tell some stories and just entertain people with them.
Well, what do you got in store for them, then? What's your first story going to be?
How I was abducted by space aliens last night.
It's all you.
And they started to probe me, and I didn't think I'd like it, but I did. You just leaving me here all by myself? Gee.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a story, dude. I didn't know it was going to be 3 words, and then you're going to stop and freeze up on me.
Well, it was a real harrowing experience. It was so harrowing, and you're supposed to say how harrowing it was.
If you think I'm going to be Ed McMahon, you're out of your fucking mind.
Let me get some more liquid courage.
Courage? Oh.
It's a combination of courage and porridge.
Don't you have a coffee group that you go to every Thursday or so?
Oh, hell yeah. I started it like in 2015, I believe. And I advertised on a place called Next Door. And people were asking to join and stuff. And I told them that it's just a casual meetup, drink coffee, eat some food, just talk about stuff. And told these 2 younger gals that wanted to join. I said, this is not a hookup site because I'm not available.
Is it clothing optional?
No, it was all. We were all clothed. I mean,
okay.
Most of these people are like in their 60s. I mean, they can't all be young like me and my 28. I'm 28, so.
Does everybody wear wigs?
And some of them do.
Nathan Snell says, "What's that?"
Nathan, it's Scott. Great Scott. Is anybody else wanting to come in?
I sent out invites. I think they're going to want to try. They're going to watch for a minute and see how the train wreck goes here.
Well, Nathan's the only one that commented. If you're out there listening, comment. Sean,
now,
Ben, Alex.
Sean was here and he ran away.
Think I scared him off. Maybe his girlfriend told him that, no, I don't want you talking to that bitch.
No. God damn.
Where's that Great Scott at?
He was trying to leave me hanging here as your Ed McMahon.
Well, you are. You're my bitch. Uh-oh. Close up, Mr. DeMille. I wasn't ready for it. Tell all your friends that I'm on. I used to play in a rock group, but, now I'm in my late 60s, early 70s. So, I may not be as pretty as I used to be, but I'm still a talent. See, there's one of my guitars back there. Bert say, "What doing? What doing?" Whoa, did you see that? Damn. Fella's biting me. Ow! Ow! He's got my finger. Got one less finger. Well, 2. Oh, well. Let me tell you about, there's Slick.
Here he is.
Aren't I pretty?
How's it going, bro? You are very pretty.
Thank you. I should have put some more makeup on, but
you should have. I can see all your hairs. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. So, do 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 do
I,
do do.
I know this is Scott's first time doing this, but this is Coach Slick from the Bucks Report. How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good at I'm glad I got to pop his cherry. So the guest cherry is always nice to have, and I broke him in well. So I'm sure you're breaking him in too, Johnny. So he's got two coming from two different ends.
He's
You
getting
found my
that cherry
cherry?
good.
Must be awful small. I didn't feel it.
Like an acorn in the wind,
Yeah,
ninja style. You can't get done for that shit.
yeah. You might try coming in the back door next time.
I like to be an immaculate. I came and went. You never know.
Oh man.
It's only when it's only like 9 months later then you're going shit.
Well, if you were
Something happened.
if you were
Decisions were made.
if you were
Lessons weren't learned.
if you were a gentleman, you'd offer me a towel.
You didn't know, so it doesn't matter. There's nothing to offer.
Well, like Tina Turner said, rolling down
Rolling
my
through the river,
leg.
baby. How you doing on this great day anyway, man?
Oh, it's all right. It was raining yesterday. Today it's nice and sunny, but now it's past sundown, so it's getting dark outside.
Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, it's pitch black here. It's 2 a.m, so and it's been raining. So I thought of you.
So you were talking about calling plays or something. Were you playing a game or something?
No, I'm currently going through I've just finished my scout to get on this. So we've got a game coming up. So we're playing against the Northants Knights. So just going through their stuff. So in theory, I'm the pass game coordinator. So I just look at all the statistics of where they like to throw the ball, who they like to throw the ball to, when they like to throw the ball, that kind of crap. And just build it up. So my DC's job's a lot easier, and he doesn't have to watch as much tape as me. So I'm on like 6 hours this week so far.
So you're kind of scouting.
Yeah, pretty much that is that's what it is on the tin. He probably doesn't, but I've got that eloquent accent, so just flopping that out there.
It's kind of hard.
I don't sound like those movies that you watch, do I, Scott?
Well, I'm trying to learn the lingo. I called you a bloke the other night.
I know. I was well impressed. I mean, that a bloke is that's proper. That's proper talk. That is.
Did you see me use the term wanker?
Yeah, we don't use that often.
Well, we use that, and see, I collect vintage guitars and amplifiers, and I deal with a lot of the rock stars, and then I deal with just people on the street, and they'll, oh my God.
That's it. Wanker. Yeah, you got to say it's not as used anymore, but it's an old school. It's a bit more of an old school slang calling someone a wanker.
Isn't that kind of like?
You should see it when foreigners try it when they live over in this country and they go wonka, and you're like, what?
Well, you say wonker, not wanker.
Yeah, because they're like we get a lot of Polish, Romanian. They come over here and they say wonka, and you're like, it doesn't quite. You fucking wonka.
Okay, Johnny, you're 62. You're only like 6 years younger than me. And I'm
Johnny's just computer savvy. I think he was born in every age. Time just went by, and Johnny was infinite. Like they don't call it before Christ; they call it before Johnny.
Well, welcome Ben Cornett to my show.
Ah, Benny boy, what a dude!
Give us what?
He's just having fun on the back end of this. I can tell he's just sat there sniggering away like a fucking evil villain.
Well, I can see him face. You want to see me do something really rude? Watch this.
That's amazing. You're so mean, but I love it.
Me off.
Hey,
knock it off, Scott. I
He's gonna go away now and just leave you solo. So be careful.
Yeah.
Don't bite the hand that feeds.
Just so you know, Ben, you were not first.
I'm always first, baby. Never last. How you been anyway? What are you up to? Other than wearing like the world's weird grey Bon Jovi wig.
This is one of the wigs I bought for my wife. So when we did some connubial things, could put a little.
Is this role play or just because?
Just because.
Okay.
She's kind of not into that role play stuff, so just
not every woman is. It's you always, if you get one, it's a gem, but sometimes they can go rogue on you and you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Well, she refuses to call me daddy.
Yeah, my wife's exactly the same, to be honest. She's like, no, I have a dad. It's not you. Yeah, it does not work. I completely agree. My wife's exactly the same, unfortunately.
Well, when I was younger, I always fantasized about grannies, and now
I'm still waiting on that.
Now I'm living it.
But you don't have any grandkids. It's not the same.
Well, do you have to have grandkids to be a grandpa?
Yes, it's part of the fucking. You are a grandfather. That means you have grandchildren. It's kind of the accepted thing. Are you identifying as a grandfather? Is that what you're telling me, Scott?
No, I'm trying to get my wife to.
Do you want her to? Do you want your wife to? Do you want your wife to identify as a grandmother?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. It's all in the identity these days, That's what the kids like. The kids like it. It's all about the identity. You don't have to be anything anymore. You just got to identify with it.
Yeah, it's like granny love.
Don't try any of this at home. Wise words. Is that where you at?
Yeah. BR549. That's a hee-haw telephone number.
Scott's his own grandpa. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm old.
He loves the fact that you're older than him, doesn't he? You can tell he's like fucking thriving off that. Because we used to fucking send him memes of fucking mummies and say, "This is Johnny when he was." There's stuff like that. Rude. Now you've come along. All that shit doesn't go.
I wish I had a wig like that.
That would look cool.
I'll have to try to get one.
Well, you can find one. What guitar is that in the background? Is that a Fender?
No, that's a old Silvertone with lipstick tube pickups in it.
Okay.
It's actually a Masonite body, and they were very cheap. They sold for like $29, $39 in Montgomery Ward and Sears and a couple other places. But the pickups alone in there, each one is worth about $350.
Nice. Here we go. We got Sean.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Sean brought himself in. I was going to bring him in.
Now we've got a freeway going. So he's got every hole's a goal. We got to get one more in, and then every hole is taken.
Oh, we got a three-way going. Let me go get some lube.
Oh, goodness gracious. What do we talk about tonight, gentlemen?
Great
Anything
Scott.
And everything.
The topic is Great Scott, I think.
Slick has been actually running the show since he got here, so I'm just letting him run with it.
Oh, no, man. You make me feel like I'm stealing your thunder. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh.
This is your shit. I'm just helping you keep going because, the first time you do this stuff, it's fucking scary, especially when you do it alone. It's always nice to have guests because you can bounce. So you throw us questions. You turn around and go, I want to know this, Slick, or I want to know this, Sean. We'll play with you.
Just so you all know,
your asshole too.
Johnny and Sean hijacked me. I knew nothing about this.
And just like that, Sean went, fuck this. I'm done.
That's because his boss was walking
in. Yeah.
Must be at work. Don't anybody Sean's work.
I'm still at work. Sorry about that, gentlemen.
What do you do, Sean?
So I'll tell you that after this break.
I was just the way he keeps looking up. I think he's going to take someone's order.
I couldn't work where he works because there's a lot of grannies there.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing retirement home or it's a fucking funeral home, one or the other.
No, I don't do dead people.
People have to go and pay their respects, Scott. For fuck's sake, they don't just let dead people in there. You got to have live people there to pay their respects.
No, I think he works in a nursing home.
Okay, you're retired though, yeah?
Yeah, I'm retired, but I'm not too far gone where I have to be put in a nursing home. Although my wife would probably like me to go.
Yeah, I think our wives would try to unshackle. Right now, my wife is still dependent on me to a degree, not on salary, just on human being alone. So I've got that going for me for a while. She'll wise up eventually and realize I don't need this motherfucker, and then here's what it is.
Well, I retired in 2014, and my wife's still working, so she's my moneymaker.
What's the age difference between you two?
I'm going to be 69, and she just turned 67.
Okay, fucking hell, fair play. So how come she's still working and you ain't?
Because
she's got an easier job.
No, she makes real good money, and she likes Amazon.
Okay, so she's like, I gotta stay doing this shit, otherwise I got no money left.
Oh man,
Necropolis. Oh my god. Johnny comes up with some gold, but that wasn't one of them.
Yeah, he doesn't do it on his shows. He's just doing it on my show.
He can't do it on my shows. He has no fucking authority.
Well, I mean, all the NFL edition and
yeah, I mean, he wants to fuck with you, so that's why he's doing it. He's just trying to ease you in. It's the only way he can fuck you now, isn't it?
Yeah. Look what just rolled in.
To be honest, that's what the show is, dude.
There you go. So whose jersey are you wearing today?
Necropolis, and it was referring to your little fear of necropsy.
Sam Bradford?
Yeah, Bradford.
Okay. Fair enough.
See, as explained, Sam Bradford. Another.
We have a story.
Graveyard.
We have a story here called Marshalls, and when any of the Rams.
Oh, Rams talk.
Were either traded, or left, or got put in jail, they would put their authentic jerseys on sale.
Okay.
And I got like 12 of these, ranging from like $95 up to $300 and something.
Okay.
On like the winter one with the pockets and
Okay.
all that was expensive, but they sold them all for $12.99.
Not bad. I mean, I need to give you some of them Bucks fucking game fits, but
and these have the on names, so I could take the stitching out and then put my own name on the back. Basically, that's why I got them. But I never did that. Just like we called fixing a basement up in my time a rat skeller, and I have all the 2x4s up and all that. But that's as far as I got for finishing off because they were going to make a man cave and put all my Ram stuff down there. One of the players, Derek Stanley, number 19 for the Rams, his claim to fame is he did a punt return for a touchdown. And he moved in down the street from me, and we made friends. And he called me one day. They were moving, and he says, "Do you want a Ram's head?" And I go, "Sure." I was thinking he had his Ram thing off his locker because they had all the Ram stuff on there. And he rang the doorbell, and he's got arms like this. And he's holding this 5-foot by 3-foot Ram's head with the old Rams, blue and yellow colors. And I said, damn. And it still had all the glue that they put on the back of it. So I said, well, don't you want to keep it? He says, no, my wife won't let me have it. So won't let me put it up, so it's just going to get ruined. So I put it in the kitchen or the breakfast room in our house. And my wife says, are you going to keep that up here? And I go, well, what do you want me to do with it? She says, put it downstairs. So I put it downstairs, and it kind of got a bent part on it. So I was kind of upset about that, but it's still cool. It was in the Rams locker room in their practice facility. And he said they would come in there and they would pat it when they came in.
There you go. Bit of luck.
So
do you give it a good pat when you go down there? Yeah. Immortalize yourself.
Tell you the truth, I haven't seen it. I don't even know if it's still down there or not. My wife might have thrown it out in the trash.
I mean, was it heavy?
It probably weighs about 30 pounds.
What's that in kilos?
I have no. I mean, I can pick it up, but it's real bulky, so it's kind of like awkward. Let's see. Do you ever buy like grass seed or fertilizer or anything?
Yeah. I got to fix up the lawn occasionally.
Yeah, it's about the weight of one of those bags.
Oh, it's about 5 kg. Okay.
So Sean's still looking up to see if his boss is in here.
Oh, no,
So really quickly. So I work 2 jobs. My first job, I do work with some kind of healthcare, but it's not elderly. It's work with adults with mental disabilities.
Okay.
And then my second job, I work maintenance at a church. So, oh, there goes my fiance. And so I'm looking up because there's a camera. There's a big TV that has a camera of all the different rooms in the facility. And there's a major women's event right here, right now. I work with Scott. So I'm just keeping eyes on all that stuff.
Yeah, I was sweating profusely.
So that's why I'm hopping in and out. I do apologize. This is great, by the way. Thank you, Stevie, for coming on, man, because I was questioning, but Scott, you're good, man. This is a good thing, man. I like it.
I feel like a fish out of water.
The dance did it. Yes. All right.
Smell like it too.
Gentlemen.
It's always the way, man. The first show is always fucking scary. It's always good, especially when it's your own thing, yeah. Because when you go on someone else's show, you can just bounce off and do whatever you want. When it's your own show, you're kind of selling your own self, So
yeah, I can sit there like Alex Schomburger and just
take the piss out of him.
Just keep staring, and I like being on somebody else's show because you can just sit there, and then when something pops into your head, and
exactly.
If you see me on shows before, you know a lot of stuff pops into my head.
I don't think you've been on mine yet. We'll have to have you on.
I've tried to get on YouTube and I can't get on. I can watch your show on Facebook, but I can't comment.
Weird. I don't know, because I'm all logged into fucking everything. So, but we'll have to have you on. So you just have to follow. You just follow the link and you get on. You don't have to have a YouTube or anything to get on the show. So
I did. I put my email address. I put my
no to get on the actual show, as in to talk. We just send you the StreamYard link. I can't send you the StreamYard link if you're not a guest for that week. So I'll have to get you on as an actual guest.
Well, I don't know.
Then you got a front row ticket to the show,
Hey, Ben, why don't you get on for me, man? You're always a riot.
He's got work, ain't he? He's got work. Here we go. He'd be getting himself set up for his shit.
He takes so many breaks and does those pop-ups all the time. He could do one now.
He probably could. Come on, Ben. Get your ass online. So what's new with you, Great Scott? Tell me, what's going on? What's coming up for the weekend?
Probably not much, because my daughter's boyfriend's grandmother just had to have emergency surgery. She had a blockage with her gallbladder. I don't know if it was in the gallbladder or somewhere else was blocking something else.
That's all good. They can remove that shit, so it's not a bad thing.
But she's in her 90s, so
okay, fair enough. Fair point.
Thought she was going to expire maybe during the surgeries, but she came out all right. So basically, our life is vacuuming the house. My wife works upstairs. She works from home. Make dinner. I've been doing a lot of gardening, getting tomatoes about this big.
I've seen your harvests.
So
they've been coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if I can put pictures on here or not, but I'll have to.
You can. It's you just got to get used to that sidebar on the left, on your right.
Wait a second. It says comments, boners. Yep. Oh no, it's banners. Sorry.
But you go into banners, you can and overlay and go into banners overlays. You can put videos and you can put other stuff in that. You just got to be careful of copyright. That's all.
Okay, what would be my own photos? I won't do that tonight. Great Scott, what a boner move. Johnny's having a good time back there in the backstage.
It's the best place to be. You get to watch the show and you can fuck with everybody. I'm surprised he hasn't done what the dude does and have his own entrance. So that'll be next.
Well, all I got was the countdown and a little bit of music. I was hoping there'd be some other music, but I guess copyright infringements or something would come into play.
Someone's got to build it for you as well. It's got to be built into your show. So there you go. You ask for it, Johnny provides.
Yeah, and now
he's like the hand that feeds.
And now Facebook is going to pop me off because...
No, it's because he'll use StreamYard samples.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be a load of stuff that StreamYard use that's just StreamYard stuff.
He was putting something else in there and he stopped it.
Yeah, there's a whole it'll be like acoustic rock, fucking hip hop, and it'll just be like just generic fucking sounding music. There's a whole bar for you to explore, Great Scott.
So
a whole bar for you to explore.
So was Guns N' Roses coming around your area?
I don't know. I haven't kept an eye out on it, to be brutally honest.
Okay.
It's not really a band I've really gotten into.
That's basically all the YouTube I do. I go on there to watch Guns N' Roses because my friend Richard Ford is the rhythm guitarist for Guns N' Roses since 2002. My mouth got me in problems with him, and we haven't talked in a while.
Nothing.
I was teasing him. I said they were in Portland, Oregon, and I had a photograph of the outside and the inside of the Guns N' Roses jet, and I put that up on my Facebook. And then he said, "Stop that!" And I said, "Well, I'll be backstage at Portland." And he says, "You'll be by yourself." And I said, "That's all right. I'll be back there playing your guitar and Slash's guitar." And I said, "But I'll make sure they're in perfect tune when you get them." And he said, "Stop that." I said, "Well, you don't have a sense of humor, so I guess we can't be friends anymore." And that was it. But he walks past my house all the time because he just lives right down the street. His two dogs, Bernie and Freddie, and Bernie loves my 65-pound dog Rosie, and they have a good time barking at each other, at the fence. And his wife, she's nice. She walks by. But she's always got ear pods in, so I start talking to her, and she just shakes his head. "Yeah, okay, old man." I go, "Richard's over 50. He's not that far behind." And she doesn't hear me. She just
smile and wave.
Yeah. Well, you young people are like that. Of course, she's not that young. She's probably in her 40s. Maybe late 40s. I don't know how old she is.
I got kids. I ain't got time. I can't put no ear pods in. If I don't ignore my children, fucking God knows what they'll do. I'll probably find my house on fire if I ignored my children for more than fucking 5 minutes.
Well,
I can't get away with it.
My daughter's dog, she gets excited, and sometimes she starts to climb the fence to get over, and I got to watch her. So
she lives next door as well? Your daughter lives next door?
No, she brings her dog over here because
okay.
They're redoing their house, and it's like they need less responsibility when workmen are in there. They have a full-size German Shepherd, and he's enough to handle, but he's a pussycat. He loves everybody and anything. They have a hawkhead parrot and a macaw, and both birds can fly on his head or on his back and just ride him around while he's walking around.
I have no pet. Nothing.
Huh?
I've got no pets.
No pets whatsoever?
Nope, because they'll fucking die. I've got two idiots that live in my house.
You forget to feed them and give them water and stuff
No. The amount of shit that my children leave on the floor, the dog will chew it up and fucking die.
Oh, okay.
That's what's going to happen. I was like, my daughter keeps saying, "Daddy, can we have a dog?" Even though she's petrified of dogs. Can we have a dog? No. Why? Because it'll be dead within a week. I ain't paying a fucking $1,000 for a fucking dog to bury in my own fucking back garden. I'm all right, thank you. I'll move on.
Well, you'd be surprised how when you get a puppy for a child, they bond.
Oh no, I get that, but it's just like my children are also fucking lazy and used to me and my wife picking up after them, so ain't gonna happen.
Well,
I don't want the extra responsibility of fucking walking a motherfucker. I can just about get all my shit in right what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? I got fucking football. I got fucking all the other shit that I do. I ain't got time to walk a dog as well because my wife won't do it.
Mm. My wife walks the dog in the morning and in the evening. If she can't take Rosie, then I'll take her. She went to California for a week with my daughter to visit her mother, and it was the first time I'd been apart from her in 47 years.
Wow.
For more than 10, 12 hours. She used to work for MasterCard International, and she had to fly to New York for a meeting, and Brianna was just an infant. And I said, well, you got to tell them you can't go because you got a baby at home. And I said, I can take care of her for most of the day, but you got to get your butt back here. And she did it. She flew there. She got her meeting, and she got right back on the plane and came back to New York. That's a pretty good distance from St. Louis.
It is a pretty decent distance, man. I mean, I've seen your map, so I know how far you guys got to cover.
Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Thanks for dropping by. Let's see. All we had Nathan, Ben, and Christopher so far.
Haven't seen much of Alec this week. I think he's back. Isn't he on maneuvers or some shit?
Alec is probably at sea saving the world.
No, he's probably at sea fucking pulling an hamstring. Because that's what he tends to do. He is usually injured. Sailor Swift, yeah, exactly. His ass ain't saving nothing. He'll pop a fucking hammy before he does anything.
Did Ben put that up or did Johnny?
I have no idea, but I'm guessing it's Johnny.
Let me ask him. Hey, Johnny, did you put Sailor Swift up? He's not. He's got his mic off. All right. If you're going to have a drink, I'll have a drink.
Cheers. Cheeky. Fucking cheeky, that is. So what booze you into?
Booze, usually Stella, what is it? Stella
Trois? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that beer.
Wife beater, we call it over here.
And I used to drink Bud Light, Bush, stuff like that. But my daughter brought some of that beer over, and I liked it. So that's what I've been getting.
Stella's a solid pint. It's just over here. It's nicknamed wife beater.
Well, I get higher on champagne than I do on mixed drink or beer.
Yeah, so we've been celebrating with a bit of prosecco because of the 9-year anniversary. So this was the first time we actually got to sit down and enjoy it together.
Congratulations again on your anniversary.
Thank you very much, sir. 9 years, so we're hitting the decade next year. The big 10-0, and we're going to Florida. So
are you reading this at the bottom of the screen? Yeah.
Okay. Basically, people got so drunk in the UK on Stella that they would hit their wives.
Oh, okay.
It's that simple. It was the most staple pint. And British people, when the England football team loses, tend to beat the shit out of their wives. It's a pretty done thing. Domestic violence goes up in the UK by about 38% when England lose a game.
Mm.
Crazy shit, right? It's a good job I'm not a soccer fan. Fuck that shit.
And they don't put up with any of that shit here in the United States. My God, you get thrown in jail and the cops.
Oh, they get thrown in jail. It's just it's what they do. Seriously. I'll have to find it out for you. But the next time England play in a major tournament and they get knocked out, because they will, because they are the Dallas Cowboys of fucking soccer, they will get knocked out of a tournament, and I will show you the devastation that will happen to a city because they lost a game. They will smash bus shelters in, fucking cars will be trashed, everything. It's literally a riot.
So there's more knocking out than getting knocked up around that.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, before, everyone's banging up their misses so they can name their child after the players that they're praying will win the fucking tournament. They won't. So the Wayne Rooneys of the world or what have you, they're all naming their fucking children some fucking dumb shit. And then they don't. So then they hit the missus, and she probably has a miscarriage, and we move on.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about getting pregnant again because I've gone through menopause.
I see what you did there. Huh? Wordsmith.
And I did it without a hammer.
Bet that was fun.
So, in England,
let's do this. Ask me some questions that you'd always want to know about British people or English people, because I am quote unquote English. Well, I'm half German, I'm half English. So,
well, I was running the wrong impression that it rains every day in England, and you told me it
because we have summers. We just don't. It does rain a fair bit. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a fucking rainy country, but we had a fucking drought last year. We also get flash floods. Our country's fucked up when it comes to weather. It's just you can't trust the weatherman, because the weatherman's always fucking wrong. The weatherman says it's gonna fucking thunder and lightning. You'll get blistering sunshine.
So, did everybody get that excited about the coronation of King Charles?
Probably just because it hasn't happened in a long time. Like, you got to remember, there's a whole generation of people who never saw the coronation of the Queen, because it was so fucking long ago. It was like the 1950s, I believe, if I remember correctly. I mean, I don't remember correctly, but if memory serves right, it's like the 1950s, 60s time. So a lot of people hadn't seen it, so it was kind of like a new thing, just because, it's the same with the royal weddings and stuff. Did people go crazy for it? No, we had a day off, which was nice. I mean, I didn't, because my company's a fucking stingy bunch of cunts, but hey ho, we move on. But yeah, I think it's a way to celebrate being quote unquote British, I guess.
Yeah, if they crowned a king here in the United States, there'd be a revolution.
Yeah, they probably fucking would.
Well, that's right. We already had one of those, 1776. We just celebrated the 4th of July. Because we got
absolutely. That's why you have your 4th of July celebrations. You got your independence.
We got our independence from you guys.
Mm-hmm. As did a shit ton of other countries that we used to own. So mad how a tiny fucking island across the sea pretty much ran the world at one point. Crazy shit.
Well, they took over from the Roman Empire.
Yeah, the British Crusades and all that crap.
See, that's one thing I don't understand about wars. Okay, you go into a country like we've got NATO. So say we get involved in the war in Ukraine and we attack Russia, and we win the war. Does Russia become part of the United States? Why don't they take their land?
Because that won't happen. You won't invade. You will never invade Russia.
Well, we won the war against Germany and Japan.
Yeah, but did Germany have nuclear bombs? Quote unquote, you go into their country, they will bomb the shit out of your country. It's that simple. We're at a point in war where countries that don't have nuclear capability can't do that. But the moment you set foot in a country that's got nuclear bombs, it's over. Dude. So you will never. You have to sneakily invade, and this is why Russia's being fucking basically like a really scared virgin. Because if the Ukraine joins NATO, what happens with NATO? We share air forces, we share fucking armies, we share armed bases. You would get British troops, you would get American troops very close to the Russian border, and they don't like that. It's basically, think of it, Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. It's basically that. The only difference is Ukraine has no nuclear bombs to fucking scare the shit out of anyone with, so therefore they're the ones being stomped on. It's as simple as that. But you will never invade a country that doesn't have nuclear capability, because the moment you do, they can go, fucking lay one foot in my country, I'll blow you all to smithereens. And what are you going to do about it? Blow them up back? Well, okay, we'll do it. Job done.
Yeah. Christopher Cole chimed in and said, Florida is bipolar when it comes to the weather. LOL.
I know you have crazy weather in Florida, but it is still consistent for the most part. When I went there, it was just fucking sunshine on sunshine on sunshine on sunshine.
All I got to say is, Christopher Cole, you ought to live in St. Louis. 1 minute it's 32 degrees outside and it's snowing, and the next minute it's 104, and the humidity is like 100%, and you just took a shower and you're all dried off and you put your nice clothes on and you go outside 5 seconds later, you're wringing wet. Is the humidity that high in parts of England?
It's a very humid country because we're surrounded by water. You know, we got that salt air. Well, it's not, I mean, you can't smell it from here, but I'm right in the center of the UK. So if I had to put myself where you might know, do you know Birmingham?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Okay, fair enough. It's smack bang in the middle of the UK. If you shot UK in the heart, that's where that's where Birmingham would be. I live just off-centered from that.
I know you don't live close to Abbey Road because I asked you that the other night.
It's the same with all you Americans. You seem to think we all go for tea with the fucking Queen. We all live in fucking London. London's this limitless place. Like we're the weirdest thing about England is we're such a tiny island, and we have like 20 different accents. Like mine's generic. I have a very generic, technically well-spoken English accent. But if you were to go to Birmingham and they have a very dreary kind of slow, they sound kind of dumb. How are you, mate? How am ya? How am Shabab? What you doing? They speak very slow. And then you got the Liverpoolian accent. I can't do that. I can't do Scouse to save my life. You got the Manc accent from Manchester. You got the London accent. Then you got the really southern accent. You've got the fucking Yorkshire accent. There's so many accents in our fucking country. Considering how fucking tiny it is, it's insane.
Well, North America, we have all sorts of accents in the South. Y'all.
You got to the British ear, you've got about 4 different accents. You probably have more, but to the British ear, it sounds like 4.
Well, when I go to California,
you got that bubblegum sound.
They have an accent.
Yeah, bubblegum.
Yeah, I have an accent.
Sounds like they're chewing bubblegum all the fucking time.
Try a Welsh accent.
Yeah. Then you got the New York. You got that New York's its own accent, I guess. You got that West Coast accent, and then you got the Southern accent.
And then you got the
Welsh accent. I can do. Okay, let's try a Welsh accent. Hey, but hey, how am you? You're right, are you, but? What you doing? What's happening? What's appertaining on your show, Great Scott? What you doing? You had a good day today? We're having a fucking right time, ain't we, bud? That's a bit. I could do Irish as well if you want. Hey, Scott. What the fuck are you doing a fucking shit show like this? It's a bunch of fucking cunts running this. He's gonna fucking put in 10 fucking seconds. He nailed it. See, what a fucking prick.
Can you see,
just swear a lot? Swear a lot when you're in accent, and people believe it.
Can you see Johnny in the screen?
No. I'm a guest, so I can only see you.
Okay.
And myself.
Because every time he puts up one of those banners or whatever you call it, he takes a cigarette and goes.
I'm sure he does. I could just see him now. But if you zoom in close enough, you can get his passwords. This is true. Take a screenshot. Zoom in on that Captain America shield. There's usually a fucking post-it note with all his passwords on.
Old people do.
He's changed it.
Brought himself in.
He had muted himself.
Yeah, you got yourself muted.
I got it since the last time you said something about that shit, man. I was like, okay, gotcha.
Oh, I don't think anyone's going to see shit, but I just like to play.
I love that Welsh accent, man. You fucking nailed that shit, man.
I lived in Wales for a good year or so. So one of my exes was Welsh, so I got well acquainted with that accent.
Yeah, my aunt, I couldn't understand the word she said when I was 5 years old. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, and they have their own language as well.
Yes.
They have Welsh, which is like a fucking insane language. So when you go to Wales, you pass the border, and all the fucking street signs are in English.
One accent I haven't heard you do yet.
What's that?
Give me a posh West Side accent.
I can't do West Side. I can't. You think that posh London?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one I can't nail. I can do Scottish, and I can talk a little bit like this, Johnny. But I don't know if you want me to talk a little bit fucking London, that fucking capital city down there with this fucking English twat. No, mate. I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't doing that shit on this fucking show. Hey, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Do you ever have American tourists come up to you when you're talking and they'll say, "What did you say?"
Yes. I was in the line at Disneyland, Florida, about 9 years ago, celebrating my I suppose my honeymoon with my wife in Orlando. And me and my wife are chatting amongst ourselves about what we're going to do next, or what ride we're going to go on next, or whatever the fuck we're doing. And this woman just turns around and says, "What language are you speaking?" My wife looked at him and went, "English. We originated it. You're welcome." That was it. But honestly, they obviously listened to us speak and decided that it sounded like a different language, but they were able to understand it to enough where they thought, "Fuck it, I'll ask a question." I love it.
I was on a cruise ship one time, and we were down in Jamaica, and
Ooh, nice.
they kind of give you a little idea of what you're going to run into, and they say, don't ask them what language they speak, because they speak the Queen's English, and they speak English better than you do. And I said,
Wow.
that's cool. Then I'll be able to understand them. And then
You didn't understand them, did you?
No, I was with my wife and two other girls. They were both very attractive, and I'll come back because there's a backstory to it. But we got off the boat and we were walking on the landing there, and these guys were sitting there looking at the women, and they were talking like pig Latin. So the first thing that came to my mind, yeah, you know what I said? What language are you speaking? Because they weren't speaking English. It was like pig Latin or some kind of secret code language. And
they were probably speaking Jamaican English.
No, it was kind of sounded like gibberish, like kind of sounds Russian, but
okay.
You get
that sounds very I would say more African, if I were to take a stab at that.
Oh yeah, my dad used to speak Russian when he slept, and I didn't realize it until he was close to death. He was having a stroke, because he would just go on and in his sleep, when he was half asleep, he'd go, "Smoke." To me, it sounded like it was Russian. Oh, Rosie just broke in the room. But I was offended, because basically a couple of the words they said I could make out, and it wasn't very nice. They were making rude comments to the women, and I said I do not appreciate that. But no, but to get back to the backstory on it, we were on the cruise ship and it's walking around, and I couldn't sleep the first night. So I was walking around, and the crew is not supposed to be on deck with any of the passengers. So everybody was in their cabins or somewhere else, and I went on the top deck, and some of the deckhands were coming out, and they saw me, and they went back. I just yelled, "It's okay. I'm not going to get in trouble. You can come out here." But the story got around, because I was looking for him myself, that the Shah of Iran's son was on the cruise ship, which I thought was really funny, because I'm a pretty analytical person. And I said, this is a cheap cruise. Why would the Shah of Iran be on a cruise ship? He'd probably have his own yacht. Rosie, go get your treat.
Well trained.
No, at 9 o'clock, which is just about a minute away. No, she broke back.
Is that 9 p.m. over there?
Yeah.
9 p.m. Okay, cool.
And my wife always goes to bed at 9, but she lets the dog out first. And then she's trained, because she knows when she comes in the house, she's going to get we call it a T, for short for treat. Because the other dog, don't want to get her excited when she's here. But Rosie runs upstairs, and my wife gives her a treat. And then Luna, my daughter's dog, goes upstairs, and she gets a treat too. But my wife has to stand there and break it up little pieces. Rosie just chomp, 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 and it's gone. But to get back to the story, I was saying that why would the Shah of Iran's son be on an inexpensive cruise ship? I shouldn't say cheap, because it wasn't really cheap. But I was going around because I
probably
thought
cheap to his standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not cheap to us, like the normal people.
So I thought, well, maybe there's some truth to it. So I was looking around, and trying to see him. And I was walking past a couple ladies, and the one says, I think that's the Shah of Iran's son over there. And I said, where? And the lady says, aren't you the Shah of Iran's son? I said, why would I be the Shah of Iran's son? She says, well, you're here and you have 3 wives. I said, I don't have 3 wives. The good looking one, that's my wife. The other 2 are somewhat good looking, but they're just friends. And they said, oh. So I just started laughing and thought it was pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
So, here I am looking for the Shah of Iran's son, and everybody's thinking it's me.
Turns out it was you.
Yeah.
You were the Shah of Iran's son.
Scott, you got to pay attention to the private chat too, bud.
Well, I did. I mentioned Christopher Cole when he said the thing about Florida being bipolar when it comes to weather.
Private chat.
Private chat. You press the button that says chat in the middle.
I'm not seeing the chat. Where would the chat be, Johnny?
It's all the way to your right at the bottom. It should have a little light sticking up on it because there's a couple of messages in there already.
Yeah, it should have some notifications. Sorry, I'm looking at it from my point of view, which is in a completely different place.
Right.
The private chat?
Yeah.
Okay, I clicked on it.
All
Scott,
right.
where are you going to need to cut?
No, you don't got to read them out loud.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to do it inconspicuous and said, "Dude, read the chat. We got some stuff to do now."
Private chat, Scott.
He's there like, you need to. Yeah. Okay, I got you guys. No worries.
Now I can't get back on the comments. Oh, here it is. There it is. I got it now.
It's a work in progress, people. We'll get it.
Yeah, I'm a newbie. Like a virgin for the very first time.
Well, you're not a virgin no more. Steve just popped the cherry here, so.
Yeah, you had your guest cherry popped, and then you had another gentleman pop it too. So double whammy, baby.
Who's the other gentleman?
Sean.
Oh. Well, Sean thought he was going to get in trouble, so he popped out.
But he still came and went.
Oh, man.
Great one.
And he didn't give me a towel. He didn't give me a towel either.
He did not. You're still dripping.
Oh.
And I got to say, Johnny had me before the show started, and he didn't offer me a towel.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson's your ass.
I love that.
That's my quarterback. Don't make fun of it.
I ain't gonna make fun of it, man. You're the one that's got to deal with that pain.
Hey, the lowest I'm supposed to finish is 5th. So, how many are in it?
8.
And where was Marty? Marty was 8, wasn't he?
I don't know. I don't care. Slick's got my guy, man. So screw all that shit.
Yeah, dude, you got plenty of mine. I've already spoken to you about.
Well, who do you want? I'll give you somebody for the king.
Maybe we'll have a little look and see what's going. I've already got somebody offering me for my Jared Goff, Geno Smith. I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking doing that.
Jared Goff or Geno Smith, really? You got a lot of faith in Geno Smith this year?
No. He wants Jared Goff.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Nah,
so
Jared Goff's got plenty
if it's keeper, man. I'm keeping him because at least he's young and he's still talented.
And he's got weapons.
He's got weapons, but I'm trying to look at long because you said it's keeper league, right? So yep. I'm looking at the long term, and the long term is one's still in his 20s, I believe, or just about to hit his 30s. The other one's well into his 30s and has only had one good year. Jared Goff's had a couple of good years in his career, so rules of averages.
Yeah,
Jared Goff is going to be better for a longer period of time.
If they start winning and keep winning, then he'll be there a while. But if they don't, then they'll probably pull the trigger on him.
Goff did take my Rams.
He's that contract is the catch on there, man. He's got a big contract, and when they come up to a renew, then I don't know if the Lions are going to want to do that. But they're going to have to look at him and Hutchinson and say, who gets the money? And if you're smart, you're taking Hutchinson, man.
You take a pass rusher over a quarterback?
Oh man, absolutely. He's a
You ain't
generation.
gonna win the championship with a pass rusher.
Hutchinson is a generational pass rusher.
It doesn't matter.
No,
It matters
Goff
if you got a
never
quarterback
plays.
to win. It what matters to win
Yes,
the
but
bowl. You
look
need
at
a
the
quarterback, bro.
rookies that are coming out of college, man. Next year's
We
draft.
don't know what rookies do. I said
I
rookies.
understand that, but look at what the AFC's done in the last couple of years with their rookies.
I agree with you, but you just don't know when you're going to get a dry spell. Like you can't just assume that you're going to get talent off talent off talent until you've got it. When you've got it, fair play. I completely agree with you, Johnny. But
You got to take
I'm sure
chances.
I'm sure they can make the money go around. If they can make it work now, they can make it work. They can make it work then. So, when did they draft Hutchinson? Last year?
Huh? Yeah, year before last. Hutchinson.
Yeah. So he got 3 more years. What are we worrying about? 3 years is an eternity in football years.
I'm just talking about a quarterback, though. If you're wanting a franchise quarterback, that's a long-term.
Is Jared Goff a franchise quarterback?
I don't think so, but we don't know
Look at
yet.
team to the Super Bowl.
He's been to the Super Bowl and got fired
Exactly.
because
Yeah, it's because
they had a lot more weapons.
They thought some curly-haired fucking Detroit was useful, and he was useful for 1 season, and he flamed out.
Well, I got to give credit where credit is due here. I got to read some comments.
Oh,
Go for it. But we need you to weigh in on this because you've had both quarterbacks.
Absolutely, he has.
Well, to tell you the truth, in the year that Goff was drafted, it was Wentz and him went 1 and 2, and I was actually wanting Wentz, but I'm glad we didn't get him because he was one injury after another, and they both have small hands, so they can't really hold onto the football. So there was going to be a lot of wobbly throwing balls and interceptions. When they traded off all the first round picks to get Stafford, I was thinking, man, this is terrible. They pawned the Rams draft picks to get Stafford, and I thought, no, this is gonna happen. But it worked out good. You know, the first year he won a Super Bowl.
You won't win more than that. Not with him. I just don't see it with him.
He's too broke up right now, but his talent was so good, man, in his days. He just never got any talent around him. Once he got talent around him, you saw what he did.
Well, he's not that old. He's only 35. He could win a couple more Super Bowls.
You don't know. The Lions O-line got him, beat the shit up, and you guys didn't help him last
he
year.
was probably the most sacked quarterback other than Russell Wilson. If you looked at the second person getting sacked, it was probably him. And one's a pocket passer and the other one's a fucking mover. So say what you will. Look, he's obviously talented. I just don't see it going any further than it actually is now. It's just my opinion. You know, I don't think I'm right. My gut.
Well, I got Russell Wilson as my backup quarterback to Deshaun.
Okay, fair enough.
But
who'd you go quarterback, Johnny?
I got Dak and I got Joe Burrow.
I mean, Dax can be fine regular season because he don't Dak until it's the fucking. Yeah. He doesn't Dak it up until it's fucking the playoffs. So
exactly.
You're suited.
Although he did throw the second most interceptions last year. You know who number 1 was? Who threw the most interceptions last year was Josh Allen.
Okay. Yeah, he does have a pattern for fucking being a bit loose.
Yep. He gets antsy, kind of like Winston did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not too poised.
Wasn't Burrows the most sacked quarterback last season?
No, the season before last.
Yeah. When they played the Rams.
Yeah, they beefed up their offensive line last year and this year. So Burrows.
Yeah, that's their work in progress. They solved that line. They solved that problem on offense. They should be a juggernaut. And I mean, not that they aren't, but they should be even better because of the offensive firepower that they got. And if they could just fix that fucking problem, and hey, we'll see how it goes.
Who started? That's a good star.
I started.
That's a good star.
Who's a Facebook user?
The Facebook user is Facebook user.
You have to have them say their name or go look them up. And we've got 8 destinations. I can't look up all 8 destinations there.
Facebook user that said Prescott and Allen tied for interceptions. Who is it?
I just answered that.
Yeah, he just answered that for you. It's obviously somebody who wants to keep their
No, they just didn't click on the thing because on
that too. But they could also want keep their shit private. You can do that, and you come up as Facebook user. I've got it in plenty of chats where people could come up as Facebook user. They have a picture and everything. They don't have a name. Weird.
Say your name.
I figured how to star. I got that down.
Oh, okay, Bo.
You're training him up, Johnny.
Bo knows.
It's Bo. I didn't just.
Is that Anthony?
No, it's Bo.
Who's Bo? Bo Nix?
That's who Bo is right there.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Loosemore, jump in the show, please. Come on. Have some fun.
I was expecting Ben to pop in because this seems like more his vibe.
It is Ben's vibe, but he gets a little camera
He
shy.
only likes to be committed when it's his own shit.
We just had to sign him to a new contract last night. He was playing that I'm going to strike thing and stuff, and so
You put him right, Johnny.
now he's a super.
They shut up Ben Cornett and signed the fucking document.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot to shut up, Ben.
But that's your catchphrase.
It is.
When it's between you two, that's your catchphrase. Shut up, Ben Cornett.
Has been for like 13 years, man.
And I'm
You've known each other that long? I didn't realize you knew each
I've
other.
known him probably about 15 years, 16.
Wow.
Whatever. As long as I've been on the internet, man.
Internet's been around a while, so yeah.
See, he's supposed to be at a comedy festival, but got canceled due to the smoke. But I'm still out and about. Just wanted to pop in for a bit. Okay. Say hi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's Alex?
That's Alex. Well, this is a comedy festival here. You can always say you never missed it.
Oh, dear.
Does Alex know that you hijacked me into this? I didn't know anything about it and got like a half hour.
We gave him 30 minutes notice that we were doing this show because he's been talking about. You've seen the chat.
Yeah. He's been talking. Give me a show. Johnny went, I'm going to give you a show. This is what the people want. We have Great Scott. What do you say, Great Scott?
Well, I thought I was going to tell stories and everybody was supposed to guess whether or not it was true or a lie.
Oh, I've guessed false on every fucking thing you say. I don't believe a word you say. You tell me the sky's blue, I'll check.
Absolutely.
I ain't falling for your shit. So your best bet is to tell me true stories so I'm consistently wrong.
By the time he puts up or shuts up. That's Alex?
Yep.
Oh, dear.
He said he was just popping and he's been here long enough he could have showed his face.
He's probably in a car, man. He just said he was going to read the comment again, dude.
He was going to a festival but was canceled because of smoke.
But I'm still out and about.
Maybe he's going back from the festival that was canceled back to home.
Yeah, it says he's still out and about. So that kind of answers your question, Scott.
Out and about. That means I would say if you're out and about, you're probably doing something.
Yeah, and he's probably disappointed because he thought he was going to hit on this and see a comedy show.
Well, it was there for a while. It's still a comedy show thinking about your draft.
I'm still going to beat Marty.
I need to have a look at his draft. Did you auto draft?
You do realize Marty's the defending champion, right?
Yes, I do.
No, I'm talking about Scott.
Oh, they play the first game, right.
Yeah.
Nobody was giving the Rams a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Well, we're not giving you much of a chance.
There was plenty of people saying that they had a chance.
Yeah.
If I recall. It's a bit like you don't pull that Patrick Mahomes bullshit and say, "Oh, everyone called us out." And like, no, they didn't. You are ranked fifth between first and fifth in every fucking major news outlet fucking poll. Shut the fuck up about this. We were underdog shit. We were fucking underdog. Nobody expected the Buccaneers to win shit. We were going to be fucking Brady's Wizard years. That was last year.
Nobody expected Patrick Mahomes to go into a game and not score a single fucking touchdown.
Amen. I'll drink to that. I know you don't drink, Johnny. You're a good boy.
I'll drink coffee to that. How's that? I'm not a good boy, man. I just got tired of going to jail every time I drink.
I was gonna say drink coffee, you'll be up all night.
What I meant to sorry, let me rephrase. Retired bad boy, now good boy.
Right. There you go.
I know you said you and Firewater do not get on.
No, we do not.
It's not your best friend. I coach football and I need to drink sometimes because I have demons.
Yep. Everybody does.
It's not that bad.
Football helped me out with my demons, dude. It really did.
Obviously, I mean, we have very different upbringings. I'm just trying to bring a bit of shadow of light into some things, but I make a joke out of it. But yeah, there's
such an angry young man. Ugh. I had when I got out there and got to hit people and shit. Oh, it felt so good. It felt so good.
You play fullback, right? And a bit of D end.
I played DE.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 tech.
I played on the edge and I played up. That's why we've had that argument before, man.
Yeah, I know, but there's a 2-point stand and a fucking lot of techniques involved in the difference.
I was considered a DE. I was on the roster as a DE, but I played a lot of edge. So to me,
hey, some people can do both.
Difference.
But some people can do. But the difference is one's a 2-point stance, one's a 3-point.
Right. The stances don't matter to me. I mean, I understand when you get into the 3 and 4 point
you
stances.
Are right.
When you get into the 3 and 4 point stances, that's when technique really becomes involved in the stance because it's all about your hips. Then you know what I mean? How far forward or how far back you are, your hips and shit. That's when it really is involved. But the 3-point stance, I could fucking switch over from left to right any time. You know, it was no problem at all.
My man.
For some of those guys, that's an issue. You know, but to me, that stance, the 3-point stance, to me, there's only one proper way to do it, and if you're trying well, you can do it at any point in the field. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I actually watched a really interesting thing when I was at the BAFCA convention this week, and they were talking about we had Coach Dante Gibson, who was a DN for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers preseason in 2016. He's the Youngstown State.
I'm going to go ahead and end this show, man, because we ain't got no viewers right now. So